Greetings again. This is Rob, erstwhile Clan McCrae 9, and welcome to the third installment of my videos for demonstrating the update to SoJ Jerusalem, Vassal Module version 2.1. So the three areas that I'm going to be covering in this video are the redoubt, the reserve levels, and the control map. So let's start looking at the redoubts. And if you look at the forts and the fortresses here, you see the little icons here that are not part of the original map on the board game. I've added those so that you can right click and toggle them between Judean and Roman control. You would be doing this throughout the turns as they happen, just to show who has control at it at any particular moment. So I've already incremented the assault period up to the 5th assault period, turn 10. So this is basically towards the end of the game that we're about to look at. And the reason I did that is because these redoubt points don't get added on until after the 5th assault period. So I can show you that, how that works here in a minute. So the only other thing that I need to show you with the redoubt points, or the redoubt icons right now, is that you can turn them on or off with this button right here, in case you don't want to see the icons. I don't think they're too much in the way, so you can leave them on probably throughout gameplay, but if they do bother you, you do have the ability to turn them off. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on the redoubt information right now until we click through the turn control here in a minute, which will start adding victory points for everything that we're doing here. Now let's shift our attention to the second topic, which is the control map. So the control map turns on with this button here, control map, and kind of the same concept. So for each city area, there is an icon here that you can toggle between Judean and Roman control as necessary throughout the game. You can retoggle it back in case the Judeans regain control. That's fairly simple to understand. Again, as you get to a point in the game that control changes, just go immediately to the control map, change the control so that's stored in there. So the next thing that I want to explain is how this automation works with these types of controls is through the turn control. So as it sees the correct timing on these turn controls, it's going to click in the automated calculations automatically. So what I want to do now is bring up the interface board and the victory points board, because this is where our information is going to show up. So if you look here in block 1 of the interface board, you'll notice that block 1 corresponds to what's going to happen on interface step 1. Block 2 corresponds with what's going to happen on interface step 2. We've got blocks 3, 4, 14, 17, 24, and step 16. So not each one of the steps over here in the interface requires an automated calculation. So the ones that are listed over here are the ones that apply directly to a step that will have automation occur in it. Okay, so let's start advancing our turn indicator again using Shift, right click, and we're going to see real soon that it calculated the Roman levy control at 25% based on our map. And we should see shortly the victory points for Judean held redoubts adjust as well. There we go, 370. I see I've got a little editing I need to do here to add more space. So we have 370 points for Judean held redoubts at the end of the game, which comes to a total of 370 points because we don't have any other points added in for casualty or weeks or escape points at this point for the demonstration. So all of that would be calculated in with those other functions. Okay, so that is the redoubts and the control map. The third function that I wanted to go over in this video are the reserve levels, which can be turned on or off using this button. When you first open up the module, you're going to have this reserve information that's kind of in the way. You're going to want to get rid of it as you play the game. So you just click this button to make it hide and to return. Now the way that you're going to use the reserves here is you're going to right click on the information for each city area, and you're going to reduce reserve levels as your reserve levels are used up. I did also include an increased reserve level, even though that's not a function of the game. I just wanted you to have the ability, in case you accidentally incremented it one time too many, to be able to return it back to the correct number. Okay, so we talked about the redoubts, the control map, and the reserve levels in this video. Hopefully that clears up on how each of those are used. Again, throughout the turn, you're going to be setting the controls, and during the interphase turns or steps, the calculations will be based on the settings that you set during the turn. Okay, that's all for now. Until next time, thank you.